People claim women want a good, kind man who listens, is always there, texts back fast, and makes her feel wanted. But let me ask you this. If that's true, why does the guy who does little end up staying in her thoughts? Why is it the quiet one, the one who doesn't chase, who never says too much, who looks at her like he's seen everything already? The real truth is, most women aren't hooked on attention. They're hooked on tension. The man who knows how to hold back his words, his emotions, his time, he makes her feel something no nice guy ever will. In this video, I'll show you why this happens and how to be the man who doesn't work hard because his existence does all the work. This isn't about games. It's about learning control, stoic control. So if you're tired of being the man who gives too much for little back, hit subscribe now. Let's talk about why the man who seems like he's nothing becomes everything in her mind. First point, stop proving yourself. Let her wonder. You don't need to prove anything. That's the first truth most men never, hardly ever believe. From a young age, we're taught to win approval. Be nice, be amazing, get her attention, say something smart, make her laugh, show her you're the one. But the man who always tries to prove himself is already losing, because every time you show off, you're saying you're not sure. And if you're not sure, why should she be? Women aren't attracted to the guy who shows all his secrets too soon. They're attracted to the man who leaves some mystery, the man who doesn't need to explain himself. He knows. His silence, his control, says more than his words. That man doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He lets the room come to him, and she will. When a woman meets a man who's not trying to win her over, it confuses her expectations. She's used to guys working hard for attention, used to flattery, validation, compliments. But when she meets a man who acts like he doesn't care if she likes him, she comes closer. That's when curiosity starts. It's not arrogance, it's calm. It's what the Stoics called self-containment. You don't need others to feel like you're enough. You already are. You don't seek her yes. You watch her energy. You let her show you who she is. When you're that steady, it shows in your eyes, your voice, how you move, how you listen. She'll test you. She'll try to make you upset, maybe with jokes, maybe with quiet. Maybe she'll pretend she's not interested to see if you react. Let her think. Does he even like me? Why isn't he trying harder? What's he thinking? The moment she asks these questions, you've created the kind of tension most guys never will. Nice guys, however, try too hard. They smile too much, compliment too often, lean in too close. They act. That might get a nice reaction, but it rarely starts anything deeper. Here's the rule. If she already knows you want her, the chase is over. But when she doesn't know, when things are unclear, when you appear like you have a full life, full confidence, full peace without requiring her, that's when you become the one she thinks about after you're gone. You want to create attraction? Don't try harder. Step away. Let her feel the lack of effort. Let her feel your calm. Let her see you're a man who doesn't need to win because you act like you've already won. The most appealing energy isn't excitement, it's stillness. It's the man who speaks less, smiles slowly, moves with purpose. It's the man who owns his space and makes her wonder what's hidden. That's not a game, that's power. The power from mastering your own validation, when you don't need attention to feel alive, when you don't treat women like things to get, but like people to watch, feel, and maybe let in, or maybe not. Because here's the key point. When you no longer need her to choose you, you've already chosen yourself. That's the man she can't ignore. If this connects and you're ready to stop proving and start being, write this in the comments. I choose calm. Now keep watching. What comes next explains why uncertainty, not clarity, feeds a woman's obsession. Second point, her brain wants uncertainty. Use it. You want her to think about you when you're gone. Don't give her sureness. Give her tension. Most guys try to be too clear with women. They think clarity means comfort, and comfort means connection. But that's not how attraction works. A woman's desire isn't lit by knowing where she stands. It's started by not knowing, by the gap between what she feels and what she can't read in you. Her brain is made to seek emotional answers, but the secret is, the more you wait to give that answer, the more she thinks only about you. This is old programming. In the past, a man's mystery was a sign of value. If he wasn't easy to get, he must be special. If he wasn't chasing, he must have other choices. Her brain still uses this old system. That's why the man who gives her less makes her feel more. When you step back just enough, not mean, not far, but on purpose, you become the mystery she can't forget. She thinks about your words. She worries about your tone. She tells her friends she can't understand you. This is called intermittent reinforcement. It's a powerful mind hook. You're not giving her validation all the time. You're giving it just enough at different times. That unpredictable pattern keeps her mind occupied and her emotions connected. But let's be clear, this isn't manipulating. This is about value. You're not here to amuse. You're not here to chase. You're here because your time is important. Your presence has meaning. And when you show up, it counts because you don't overwhelm her with energy all day. She has to earn it. That's the big difference. Most guys try to prove they're enough. A stoic man lets her prove that she is. What does this mean in real life? You don't always reply fast. You don't always say what you're thinking. You give her your time, but you don't explain yourself. When she flirts, you smile a little and change the topic. When she asks where this is going, you say, let's just see what happens. You're not avoiding. You're being present without needing anything. You're not a problem she can solve quickly. And that's what she wants. Because when a woman feels uncertain, she starts to put in effort. She starts to make the first move. She starts to dream about what it means to have you. The second she feels she already has you, the excitement ends. The Stoics knew this. They didn't beg. They stayed calm, grounded, self-contained. That energy shows. It says, I am whole with or without you. And because I don't need you, your interest is something I watch, not something I run after. Here's the main idea. If you're too easy to read, you become easy to forget. But if you can hold tension, if you can stay mysterious without being cold, you become impossible to forget. You don't need to be cold. You don't need to be cruel. But you need to understand her emotional world lives on the unknown. If you're always there, always praising, always giving, she stops caring. Let her guess. Let her feel the difference between having your attention and wanting it. That difference is what keeps her interested. If you're ready to stop talking too much and let tension work for you, drop this in the comments. I use tension. Don't leave. The next part needs no words, but it will change how people see you when you walk in. This is just the start. The most powerful insights are coming next, so make sure you watch until the very end. If this is helping you understand relationships better, please support this channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video right now. Third point, act like you visited this place before. There's something powerfully attractive about a man who doesn't react suddenly. He enters the room, looks around, and moves like it's all familiar. He doesn't fill it with energy. He doesn't force attention. He doesn't even desire it. But he gets it because of how he holds himself. This is how to act like you've been there before. Most guys, near a pretty woman, change. They get stiff, talk too much, try too hard, act like they've walked on holy land. Everything becomes about making her admire them. They lean forward. Their energy goes up. Their self-worth gets smaller. That's when the situation flips. She's no longer answering your energy. She's judging it. But when you act like you've witnessed it all before, like beauty doesn't surprise you, like attention doesn't make you arrogant, like you've already stood next to incredible women and didn't break down, you show her something rare: emotional authority. You become the calm in the room. And believe me, she feels it. When she's used to being the center of attention and suddenly she's not, when you're not desperately complimenting her, when you hold her gaze but don't chase her permission, everything changes. You're not just another guy trying to impress her, you're the man she can't understand. The moment she can't read you, she moves closer. This is deeper than being cool. This is about coming from a place of plenty. A man who acts this way isn't faking. He truly has. Or he's so inside himself, steady, that he no longer treats every good-looking woman like a single chance. He knows who he is. He knows what he offers. He knows he doesn't have to try out. That's stoic energy. Not lazy, not cold, just collected, present, powerful. When you show up like that, women don't feel hunted. They feel they've found something real, different, something they can't control yet. That's what makes it compelling. Think of it like this. You walk in, you take your time, you don't smile too big, you don't laugh to break silence, you don't look around anxiously, you sit like you've been in that seat 100 times. Even if your heart is pounding, you stay slow. You order calmly. You speak with breaks. You make eye contact easily, not with pressure. If she comes over, you treat her like a person, not a trophy, someone you're interested in, not someone you require. That small difference changes everything because now, instead of you proving something to her, she starts proving something to you. She tries to get your attention. She questions why she doesn't have your full concentration, and that's exactly where you want to be. The Stoics had a word for this: unshakable calm. It doesn't mean you don't feel. It means your feelings don't control you. You own them. You guide them. You bring them up when you choose to, not because someone set them off. That's the real power. That's what makes a woman feel she's with someone not just confident, but in full command of himself. So next time you feel pressure to put on a show, don't just breathe. Slow down. Relax your face. Speak when you have something to say, not when the silence feels awkward. Let her sense your presence before she hears your words. That kind of presence is unforgettable. If this is the energy you want, say in the comments, "I move calm." Keep watching, because the next part shows why giving less of yourself makes her feel more. Fourth point, give less and she'll feel more. You've been told that love means giving all, that connection comes from total transparency, that the more you give, the more she'll feel. But that's only partially true. The truth is when you give too much too soon, you don't build connection, you drown it. Most guys build attraction by overloading her with energy. Constant texts, long personal confessions, many compliments, full attention 24/7. It's meant well, but it fails, not because you're being kind, but because you're not leaving space. Space is where feelings grow. Space is where curiosity develops. Space is what makes her feel the attraction. The man who gives less on purpose, calmly, confidently, creates a void, a force that makes her want to get closer. When that desire comes from her, it's 10 times stronger. This is why emotional control matters more than emotional passion. We're not saying be cold. You don't go distant. You go minimal. You go intentional. You speak with importance, not lots of words. You look her in the eyes, but you don't tell her your whole story at once. You don't give her constant access to your thoughts, your time, your energy. That short supply makes your presence more powerful. Think of your favorite song, the one that gives you chills. Now imagine playing it repeatedly for 5 hours. What happens? You ignore it. It becomes background sound. You still love it, but it no longer affects you. The same happens in relationships. If she never misses you, she can't desire you. So how do you give less well? Start by being intentional with your time, not creating fake scarcity, real self-prioritization. You're not always on your phone. You don't reply immediately unless it is right. You don't always hang out when she calls. You value your time, and she starts to too. Next, give fewer words, not because you're cold, but because you're thoughtful. You don't tell too much on the first date. You let your stories come out slowly. You make her curious. You don't overload her with flattery. One compliment when it's deserved hits harder than 5 quick ones. You also give fewer reactions. She tests you, you smile. She tries to upset you, you stay calm. You don't reward every small thing with attention. Your emotional energy is earned, not given freely. This creates the stoic edge. Stoicism isn't not caring, it's about discipline.
It's about knowing your attention, your words, your presence are precious. You don't give them to prove anything. You give them when they are important. That's what makes her feel. When she knows you're not like other guys who share too much, promise too much, and show too much emotion. She feels the difference. She feels the importance of every glance, every word, every moment with you. Because they're not available anytime. They're rare. And rarity creates significance. In a world where most people are always free, the man who's a bit hard to reach becomes unforgettable. He becomes the one she thinks about, the one she tells her friends about, the one who makes her wonder what's happening in his world. Why isn't he chasing like the rest? That's not a trick. That's emotional mastery. It's knowing that desire grows in tension, not overload. You want her to feel more? Give her less. Make what you give matter. One powerful look is better than many fake compliments. One silent pause can say more than a long speech. One careful message can last longer than lots of emojis. So if you're ready to stop overdoing it and start controlling emotion with less, drop this in the comments. I move with precision. Stay tuned because the next part shows why giving less of yourself makes her feel more. You're learning crucial truths about attraction and power. The most shocking revelations are ahead, so do not stop watching. If this is changing your perspective, show your support. Subscribe, like, and share this video with everyone who needs to see it.
Fifth point, let her chase your calm. When a man enters a room with calm energy, people see it. But when he sits with a woman untroubled, unhurried, undisturbed, she sees it more deeply. Why? Because calmness is uncommon, especially the kind that is real inner quiet. Most guys bring chaos. They talk a lot. They try a lot. They answer fast. They chase. That behavior shouts, "My focus is outside of me." That energy doesn't attract. It is too much. It says, "Approve me so I can feel okay." But calm says the opposite. It says, "I'm already okay." Women chase that energy because it makes them feel safe, interested, and strangely tested altogether. Your calm is not just quiet. It's a message. It says, you can bring your beauty, your energy, your tests, but you won't move me. I'm still. I'm firm. I'm not following your rhythm. I have my own. That firmness is magnetic. You become the man who's not like what she's used to. You're not there to impress. You're not fighting with other guys. You're just there, completely, quietly, powerfully. Here's a truth no one tells you. Women are tired of men who try too hard. They might like it for a while. They might enjoy the attention, but inside, they want the man whose value doesn't change with her reaction. They want the man who's still. Let's be honest, staying calm isn't always simple. It needs practice. You'll want to fill the silence, to compliment too fast, to ask for approval. But when you ignore that want, you change the balance of power. Suddenly, she's the one filling the space. She's the one thinking, why isn't he answering? She's the one wondering, what is he thinking? She's the one leaning in. Because now you've made her curious, not just comfortable, and curiosity builds emotional tension. The Stoics knew this well. They didn't chase disorder. They accepted stillness. They didn't let emotions lead. They watched them, controlled them. They knew true strength doesn't shout, it holds. So how do you bring this calm? Start by slowing down. When you speak, pause. When you listen, truly listen. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. Let silence last a moment longer. Don't rush to break it. Let her feel it. Next, breathe from your stomach. Keep your voice low and steady. Keep your face loose. Move like you have time. A man who moves like he has no rush gives a feeling of control. When things get emotional, don't copy her intensity. Stay grounded. When she tests you, stay cool. When she gets loud, you get still. You're not being inactive, you're being unmovable. That difference draws her in. Here's what she learns without a word.
You are not easily swayed. That makes her want to come to you. It makes her want to know what's behind the quiet, the ease, the peace you carry like protection. Let her chase that. Let her try to break your calm, not because you're hiding, but because your energy is earned, built, protected. You are not a man who tells everything fast. You are not a man who blows up when pushed. You are a man who answers, not reacts. A man whose peace is not for sale. That, more than looks, money, or smart words, is what keeps her returning. So if this is the presence you want, say in the comments, "I protect my peace." Do not leave. In the next part, we command energy without a word. 6th point, pass her test without reacting. Here's the truth no one admits. She will test you not because she's mean, controlling, or insecure, but because it's how she checks you. It's how she knows what man she's with. A test isn't a trap, it's a sign. It says, can I trust his strength? Not just physical, but emotional strength, mental clarity, self-control. Most men fail fast. They get upset. They explain too much. They attack. They fall down. They trade presence for fear. They treat every playful challenge like an attack. That's when she sees, he's not stable. He doesn't lead. He reacts. But when you pass her tests without reacting, without breaking your frame, without entering drama, her respect grows. That's when she feels, this guy's different. Tests come in many ways. A sharp joke, a late text, a question to hit your ego, even flirting with another guy to see how you stand firm. You don't win by playing back. You win by not flinching. You don't get loud. You don't get cold. You don't hide or try too hard. You breathe. You hold eye contact. You stay in your core. Think of it this way. She's not trying to break your masculinity. She's verifying it. She wants to know, is this man strong or does he just say it? Stoicism gives you the edge. It teaches one thing. You can't control what happens, only how you answer. When someone pushes you, you don't give your power away. You pause, you watch, you answer like a man who's already whole, not a boy proving himself. An example, she says, "You're really confident." How many women have you used that line on? A reactive guy panics, "No, it's not like that." But you smile. You say, "Only the ones worth talking to." You stay grounded. You turn it around with calm, not force. That's passing a test without naming it. Or she says, "You probably just want attention." A weaker man defends. That's not true. You shrug lightly. Attention's easy to get. I'm here for connection. Simple, clean, no defensiveness. You stay calm. You stay above the game. You don't take the bait. The moment you get emotional, the test wins. Not because she wins, but because she loses interest in a man who loses himself. These moments are key. She's not always knowingly testing you. Much is subconscious. It's in her nature. She's not looking for perfection. She's looking for honesty, for steadiness, for groundedness. And groundedness doesn't flinch. It doesn't chase. It doesn't react. It doesn't waste energy on silence. A grounded man makes her feel security. The security of a man who leads himself. That's why your calm in chaos is attractive, because she knows life has storms. If you can't hold your center when tested, how will you handle real conflict, real stress, real unknown? Passing your test isn't about controlling her, it's about owning yourself. That ownership is the difference between a short-term thing and a presence she can't forget. So remember when she tests you, don't think too much, don't talk too much, don't defend. Let your energy speak. Stay easy, stay calm, stay unmoved. If you're becoming this man, drop this in the comments. I protect my peace. Do not leave. The next part shows how just being in the room pulls her in more than any clever line. You are learning how to master your energy and frame. The most powerful part is still coming, so you must watch until the end. If this is giving you value, Please help this channel grow by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video immediately.
7th point, keep her wondering what you want. The one feeling that holds a woman's mind is curiosity. Not comfort, not certainty, curiosity. And nothing starts it more than not knowing your plans. Does he like me? Is he interested in me or just naturally cool? Why do I feel pulled to him when he's not trying? That talk in her head is where the fixation begins. Most men kill the excitement by being too clear too fast. They show their intentions. I really like you. You're beautiful. I want to see where this goes. It sounds honest, and honesty is good, but when given too soon and too easy, it destroys the mystery. You take away the emotional effort. She doesn't get to be curious. She doesn't remember you after you leave. She doesn't think over moments and decode your vibe. She already knows because you told her everything. That sounds loving, but it's emotionally empty. There's no anticipation, no interaction, no riddle. But when a man holds his cards close, not from manipulation but from self-respect, he creates tension. He becomes the one she wants to solve. Let's be clear, this isn't about being unclear to be mysterious. It's about living from a place where you don't need her to know your every thought. Your self-worth doesn't come from her understanding. It comes from being steady. You're not making her feel unsure. You're letting her come closer. You give her your company, but not full entry. You flirt, but you don't declare. You listen carefully, but you don't rush to define your connection. That unmarked space is where the magic happens. Here's what women feel but won't say. When you keep her questioning your intent, she starts putting in emotional effort. She tries. She makes the first move. She tries to impress you. Why? Because uncertainty creates action. Psychologists call this the reward anticipation loop. When a person doesn't know when or how they'll be rewarded, when the result is possible but not sure, they become fixated. They keep returning. Their brain waits for the next sign. Your silence does this. Your calm looks do this. Your quiet confidence does this. In that emotional space, you become memorable. Think of this. You're having a great talk. The atmosphere is warm. She's laughing. She's near. Then she asks, "What are you looking for?" Most guys get anxious. They say something plain, or worse, they overpraise. "I'm looking for someone like you." You smile and say, "I'm seeing what life brings. What about you?" Then you lean back. Let her talk. Let her be curious. When you're not trying to tie her down, she feels free and strangely attached. Or she asks, "Do you always flirt like this?" You say, "Only when I'm genuinely interested." Or, "I'm just enjoying now. Are you?" Now she's questioning. Now she's feeling. Now she's committed. The Stoic philosophers didn't explain every feeling. They let their presence speak more than actions. They were known for emotional control and for letting moments develop naturally. That's what you do. You're not holding back. You're just not rushing. You're not announcing. You're making her feel something stronger than words. Mystery. Mystery with calm confidence makes her curious like no compliment can. So, if you want her to think about you later, don't give her a complete guide. Let her explore the unknown. When she can't define you, she can't forget you. If you want this energy, say in comments, "I create mystery." Stay near. The next part is about pure masculine influence. No touch, no talk, just presence. It speaks more loudly than you think. 8th point, be emotionally expensive. We live in a world where emotional openness is given out easily. Fast connections, constant contact, instant replies, endless praise. In all that distraction, the man who is emotionally expensive, careful, controlled, becomes a different type. Think like this. Women don't chase low-value emotion. They might feel it, even like it briefly, but they forget it. What they chase, what stays, is emotional energy that's earned, not given free. Being emotionally expensive means your time, your focus, your feelings have importance. They don't appear when asked. They're not free gifts. They are significant, planned, and uncommon.
Don't confuse this with being cold or holding back. Stoicism isn't pushing down emotion. It's emotional self-command. You feel, but it doesn't control you. You care, but you don't show it to all. The emotionally expensive man doesn't share every thought. He doesn't seek emotional ease in every talk. He's fine being misread briefly to stay true to himself. That pulls her in. When a woman senses your emotions are precious, she works harder for them. She leans in more. She values your compliments. She listens intently when you speak because it's rare. That scarcity creates importance. Imagine a date. She tells a story. Most guys would interrupt, praise, show excitement. You listen, nod, hold eye contact. When she finishes, instead of rushing to compliment, you say, "That's interesting. Why did you do that?" Stop. She pauses. Why? You didn't overwhelm her with emotion. You made her earn your attention. Now she's hooked on your presence, and the feeling your approval isn't instant. That's emotional expense. Or you're texting. Things are good. She sends flirty messages asking for praise. Most guys flirt back hard. You keep it light, fun, balanced. You don't say, "You're so sexy." You say, "You seem fun when you're playful." That small change keeps you in charge. It teaches her your energy is earned, not asked for. This is the Stoic man's edge. They don't fight emotionally. They don't plead to be noticed. They choose when to show. They decide when to engage. That makes them feel strong. They don't talk much, but when they do, it has impact. They don't give kindness all the time, but when they do, it feels true. They don't show weakness right away, but when they do, it matters deeply. The goal isn't games, it's to guard your energy. When your emotions are too easy to get, they lose their weight. How to be emotionally expensive? Start by being emotionally conscious. See what you feel without showing it immediately. Let it rest, let it grow. Share it when it's important, not when silence feels bad. Protect your attention. Don't follow every alert. Don't give full emotional closeness to someone who hasn't earned your trust. Let connection build, not burst. Practice saying less, but meaning more. You don't need to tell your story to be noticed. Your energy says enough. Your energy is the money. If you give it too freely, it loses worth. If you give it on purpose, it becomes impossible to resist. So if you're ready to be the man who isn't low cost, write this in comments. I raise my value. Don't leave. The next part uses silence better than any compliment. You're learning how to build lasting attraction through mystery and value. The most critical insights are in the next section, so you must keep watching. If this is transforming your approach, please support this work by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video now.
9th point, control the frame or lose it all. One quiet power separates the unremarkable from the powerfully attractive. It's not looks. It's not status. It's not even charm. It's the frame, the quiet rules of the exchange. Here's the truth. Whoever controls the frame controls the importance. Whoever sets the frame sets the mood. Whoever loses the frame loses all. Most guys don't know this happens. They enter an interaction already inside her frame. They answer her mood. They try to impress. They wait for signs. They react, change, explain, and slowly give up the lead. But the man who holds the frame doesn't chase energy. He makes it. He sets the speed. He defines the feeling. He decides what's okay and what's not, without a word. What does controlling the frame mean? It means you're not just following. You're creating the emotional foundation. The interaction exists inside it. If you're calm, she feels calm. If you're fun, she follows that. If you don't react when she tests you, the talk stays steady. She orbits your world, not the other. But if you break frame, if you start reacting to every look, tone, or comment, now she leads. Now you're proving, chasing, changing. The moment she feels that shift, attraction fades. A real example. She's late. She arrives. No sorry. She says, "Well, I made it. You weren't waiting long, right?" The guy who loses frame says, "No, it's fine. I was relaxing." The man who holds frame gives a small smile, pauses, says, "A bit late, huh? I like boldness." if the talk is good. There, he's still warm, still controlled, but he changed the tone. He didn't scold her, he didn't give in. Frame control isn't power games, it's about presence. You don't rule, you guide. You don't control her, you control yourself. That self-control makes structure, which makes safety, which makes attraction. Stoicism gives this edge because a Stoic doesn't chase outside approval. He defines his own rules, his own beliefs, his own principles. So he's not moved when challenged. You want her in your world? Build one strong enough to welcome her. Don't try to earn a place in her frame. Build your own. Let her earn her place in it. If you're building this inner frame, say in comments, "I hold the frame. Stay here." The last part changes everything. We go quiet, but it's a silence that changes the game. 10th point, become her obsession by acting like you're optional. Nothing pulls a woman deeper into fixation than a man who doesn't need her. Not in an angry, remote, or proud way, but in a calm, grounded, complete way. When you appear as a man who could stay or go, who chooses to be there but doesn't need to, something in her activates. She feels the difference between a man who's free and a man who's uncommon. Acting optional isn't playing hard to get. It means you've built a life that satisfies you, a purpose, a rhythm, a self-worth that doesn't stop for her. You're not here to be picked. You've already picked yourself. This subtle, quiet energy changes the whole situation. Suddenly, she wonders if she's worthy. She's chasing proof. She's trying to solve why you're so centered, content, so unattainable. Even close, it's a contradiction. When she's not your center, you become hers. What this looks like, you don't reply fast. Not from games, but you're honestly busy. You don't change your life for her. You make space, but don't break your routine. When you speak, there's no push, no emotional want, just calm, masculine presence. She feels that liberty. At first it may confuse her, but later it becomes compelling because other men held on tight. You let go and she holds tighter. The Stoics taught this. They believed joy came from independence, not outside approval. They didn't hold tight. They didn't beg. They walked with purpose. If someone joined, great. If not, they kept walking. That's how you become her obsession. Not by filling her messages, not by proving you're the best, but by being the man who needs to be no one but himself. When you're not scared to walk away, people don't let you go. She will feel that when you look her in the eye and smile like she's fortunate you came. If you're here, you're not just watching, you're changing. You're not chasing tips to impress. You're becoming a man who doesn't need to. A man who moves with calm, leads with quiet, attracts without work, because work isn't needed when your energy says it all. That's the Stoic path. If you walk it, you don't walk alone. So hit subscribe, not just to follow a channel, but to follow your growth. Join the group. Become part of our Stoic circle where we go deeper, get sharper, and improve together. No nonsense, no excitement, just men becoming formidable the right way. Thanks for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. This is the final part, but the journey is just beginning. If you're ready to fully step into this powerful version of yourself, your support means everything. Please subscribe, like, and share this video right now to help this message reach everyone who needs it.